So, you want to talk, huh? Well, I know I do. So, you know what? Let's talk. How's it going, everybody? I am Pinkamous, and here we're doing a little update video. Well, actually, it's a kind of a big update video, only because it's going to be long because there's just a lot to talk about. Also, I didn't prepare a script for this video, so I apologize if at one point I become belligerent. Now, the big reason why I'm making this video today is because I want to start practicing open communication between I and you. Got it? You know, ever since the second Deji video, which we will talk about in a moment, I kind of just randomly upload videos and without even really saying what it's about. So I don't know if you guys really like that. I know some YouTubers do that, like let's use iDubbbz for example. He kind of like uploads whenever and whatever. Now, that may work for him, but that may not necessarily work for everyone else, including myself. So I'm just trying to get a feel for you guys, see what you guys really want, because I obviously want to make stuff that'll you guys actually do want to watch. Now that I've made a few miscellaneous videos, I want to get a feel of if you guys actually want me to keep doing stuff like that, or maybe some sort of other kind of videos. I assume you'd still want it to be commentary, which I continue planning on doing. But all of that is just so you guys will let me know what you guys want. And I'm also trying to set up where I actually stand in the videos. Usually my videos would be I'd sit up against that wall in a desk chair. So if you guys prefer the standing, please let me know, because I'm actually thinking of switching it over into this sort of setup here. And I kind of like it better. The lighting's better, and I get to move around a lot, get crazy, get stupid, you know, all of that. Because when you're in a chair, it's like more like restricted, like, ugh. Not restricted, but you just like feel a bit lazier, and like this fuels me up more just standing here and performing for you guys. It's like stand-up, you know. By the way, recently I changed up the thumbnail for the Rise and Fall of Decay of Deji, because I felt like you know, I was fine with how plain the older one looked, but I just wanted to put a bit more detail, so that's why it is this one now. So hopefully you guys like it, because I feel like that's more like eye-grabbing. So speaking of Deji, let's talk about Delusional Deji, because that came out about 3 months ago now, and that's right around when just so many people were glued onto the first video and were excited for the second one. Now, the reaction to Delusional Deji was a bit of a mixed bag. Obviously, you had your people who really enjoyed it, and then also, obviously, you had those people who really hated it because, you know, they're fans of Deji and didn't like that I was being a meanie weenie. So I was used to these two reactions, but then a third sort of reaction happened. People who really enjoyed the first video I put out, The Rise and Fall of Decay of Deji, but they really weren't into Delusional Deji. So, I mean, I just didn't know how to respond. I was just like, I was taken back a bit because I wasn't ready for that sort of reaction. Big percentage of you guys actually did feel that way, that it was not nowhere near as good as the first one. So much so that all those people really were begging me to remake Delusional Deji. So because I really didn't know how to respond to those remake Delusional Deji comments, I sort of ignored it and kept my channel going with different videos like the Unsubbed, the Vlog Squad video, the Sidemen video, Drake Bell, Titanic 2, like all of that. Because I really wanted to show that I'm just expect commentary videos overall, not just like Deji content. Let me roll my sleeves up because this is sort of a big talk. Now that some time has passed, I feel like I should talk about it for a bit. The first thing I wanted to say was that I didn't go into Delusional Deji with the intention that it was going to be way better than The Rise and Fall of Decay of Deji. You know, my thought process was that Delusional Deji was meant to be just a sequel. And as we all know, sequels are almost as never as good as the first one. And also, Delusional Deji was just meant for me to see what Deji's been up to ever since the first video had came out a year ago. Let me put it this way. In The Rise and Fall of Decay of Deji, I was able to talk about all the big issues that I wanted to talk about, like the misogyny, the arrogance, the manipulation, you know, all of that you saw in the first video. But now that I was planning on making a part 2, it was weird because I had already talked about all of my big issues with him in part 1. So there was really no way of me being able to expose him even further than I already had. And I use expose, you know, in quotations. Probably the best way of saying it is that I already said my biggest criticism towards in part 1. So in part 2, I didn't want it to be repetitive. So I just had to talk about the stuff that happened afterwards, like KSI versus Deji round 2, and then his thing with the coronavirus, and then of course the sub-botting. So I would like to apologize to everyone who didn't like Delusional Deji. But to go as far as saying remake it, it's like it's done, you know. wouldn't be able to, like, let's say I actually did decide to remake it, I wouldn't have a good time with it, you know? And there's no point of making a video on YouTube if you're not having a good time with it. And it would feel like there was a gun to my head when I was performing in it. And I totally understand if you didn't like Delusional Deji that much. I mean, trust me, I know that the Rise and Fall Decay Deji is way better because that's how it was meant to be. Always. That was always my intention with that. And also I know I saw a couple people asking like, oh, why aren't there like sketch segments, like scripted segments? Actually, I was planning on continuing the story that we had done in the Rise and Fall of Decay Deji, but we couldn't because that's when COVID broke out and we were all quarantined in our houses, so I couldn't have friends come over and help me film what I needed. So that's the big reason why I didn't end up doing it. And one quick last thing, there is another big reason why Delusional Deji came out the way that it did, but I'm not ready to talk about that quite yet. So with all that being said, I once again do want to apologize if you did not like Delusional Deji, so please allow me to win you back if I lost you by my next big video, which is actually what I'm planning on doing next. Now, at the end of Delusional Deji, I said I knew who I wanted to make the next big video on.
Don't even worry about it. I already know who the next episode's going to be on.
But during the making of my Sidemen video, I actually found inspiration for another big video, so I'm actually going to do that one first, and then the one that I said at the end of Delusional Deji I'm pushing off till next year. Does that make sense? I hope so. So yes, I'm very excited for this new big video project that I'm about to start, now that I'm freed up to do so. Honestly, after everything I'm planning for, like, I know how it's going to look, I know the tone I want to set, like everything. I'm super excited for this next big video to come out. And I promise that it's going to be way better than the Rise and Fall of Decay of Deji. I can see it now, and I'm very excited for that. So now that I'm making the next big video, that means I'm going to have to go away for a bit because this is going to take a long time. It's going to be like an hour-long video. But I didn't want my channel to be completely just like dead during this time, so I will be uploading videos that I don't have to do any research for. You can expect a couple of unsubbed videos, and then actually I was thinking that I could make a video where I react to the comments on the Deji videos, so I don't know if you guys would want that, because I do respond to some comments on there, but there's others that I just ignore because for, you know, obvious reasons. But if you guys actually want me to address all the comments on those two Deji videos, then let's make a video on it. Screw it, frig it. And also there's a video coming that I already filmed with my friend Camilo, who's been in a couple of videos. So when is this next big video coming out? I don't know. I haven't started the research yet. I do know several videos I do have to watch for the research, so at least that I have those picked up and queued up for my enjoyment. So it's really hard to tell right now, and right now it's mid-August when I'm filming this, and so which means next month, September. So school's starting back up. So I think my college is doing online classes, so I'll be here doing that. And then also my full-time job is also here in this room, work from home. And also I have to start picking out universities I want to transfer to next year. So I got a lot on my plate. So there's really no telling when this video can come out. If I had nothing, if all I had to do for the next however long to make this video, I'd probably get it out in I'd probably say last week of October, first week of November, something like that. But since I do have a full plate of things I have to do, I don't know, then I would say the video is probably coming out November, December-ish. One of those 2 months. So my goal is to get it out before the end of the year. So fingers crossed I can make that happen. Well, it's all a matter of just making sure everything gets done and don't get lazy and don't get distracted and all that. Yay. Oh, and I also wanted to say that my friend Camilo, who I mentioned earlier, we're actually planning on revamping one of our old channels. And I'm not talking about Imaginary Work, though. For those of you who know about Imaginary Work, it's not going to be that one. I can't say yet. We have recorded a bit for that. But we'll make a full announcement once everything's up and ready, and we're able to do that because he will be taking care of the editing for that channel. So thank God, because I used to do that and it was like so much doing multiple channels with multiple videos. So thank God I only have to worry about the Pinkamous channel. But yeah, I'm very excited for the things to come, all the videos that we're planning on. It's an exciting time, so I hope you guys are also getting ready, and please let me know all of your thoughts in the comments. I really want to know. That's why the whole point of this video, open communication. I'm here for it. By the way, also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Pinkamous, because sometimes I tweet about videos and updates and such like that. And I only really do that because I don't have the channel posts feature. I don't have that yet because you need 1,000 subs to do that. So if you want to make that happen, I'd love 1,000 subscribers for this channel. So that'd be great. I'd also really want to use that feature when I'm able to. But until then, please follow me on Twitter so you can get updates there, or just reach out to me if you have a video idea. I don't know, something like that, anything, whatever. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Watch our other past videos and get ready, okay? Because this next big video is gonna kick some major ass, okay? Got it, bub? All right.